Yeah, story time.
It's us.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Jaime Woods back at it with another video. Please subscribe, like, follow, share, check out the Patreon, and make sure to check out the Teespring merchandise, man. That's the best way to support this channel. But guys, I'm gonna get straight to the point over here. So I'm gonna talk about a situation that happened to me in Rio de Janeiro. Now, before I get to this, I am not trying to say that Rio de Janeiro is a bad place. It's actually the opposite. It's a fantastic area that I feel every single traveler needs to go to at least once in their life, because it's a fairy tale fucking place, man. It looks like a place out of a movie. The scenery in Rio is just top notch, right? So let me start it off with that positive, because I don't want anyone to think that I'm bad mouthing Rio or that I'm saying to avoid Rio. This was my mistake. Something that a rookie mistake of mine that I made, that I'm glad it happened in a sense, because now I know not to do that again, not to put myself in a situation like that. All right, so let's get it started. So this is in Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro. As you guys know, Copacabana is the most popular area in all of Rio de Janeiro. It is one of the most popular, most iconic, in fact, it's the most iconic beach in all of the world. When you think about beaches, the first one that pops up, Copacabana Beach, right? So anyways, so that day I was just, out and about by myself. It was, I think, midday, like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, midday. So I was in the bars in Copacabana, and I'm over here having a bunch of caipirinhas. For those of you who don't know what caipirinhas is, make sure you try it if you're in Rio. It's fantastic. It comes in different flavors. It comes in lemon, strawberry, mango, passion fruit. Make sure to check it out. It is a dope drink. So I had a bunch of caipirinhas, cervejas, which is beers. So I was 3 caipirinhas deep and like 2 beers deep, so I was a little tipsy, right? And I'm not using this as an excuse. I'm just letting y'all know what my mind state was at that moment when this was happening. All right, so I was not sober when this went down, this incident went down. So basically, I needed to go to the bathroom. I paid my tab. I needed to go to the bathroom. I had a lot of drinks. So the bathrooms in Rio and Copacabana specifically are basically it's in the basement, so it's downstairs. So you'll see these little things over here, and there's stairs there, and you go down the stairs, and then from there's a bathroom in the basement. There's someone there. You pay them like 50 cents, however much it is, and you do what you got to do. So in this particular bathroom, there was a couple guys outside of it, right? A couple guys, they look like they're from a favela or somewhere. No offense to them, right? Well, all the offense, actually, fuck them. But anyways, they were surrounding that bathroom. They were just cracking jokes, whatever they were doing. I didn't really think anything of it, but they wanted to talk to me. So they were talking to me, and I was just joking around, bantering with them. One of the guys had an Arsenal shirt on, so I started talking shit about him because I hate Arsenal. So we just started going back and forth, and it was a big game. That was the day of the Champions League, the Arsenal Bayern Munich game that just happened, which is a phenomenal game. And I told him, joking around, Bayern Munich's going to beat Arsenal. And he's like, oh, yeah? So he took out a little bit of money. He's like, oh, you want to put a bet on it? And from there, I should have got a red flag, but I didn't really think anything too much of it, because I was just having a good time. I was drunk. You know what I mean? So I was like, no. I knew better than to bet with this guy, right? So I said, no, not now, amigo. No, I'm not going to do that. And he's like, okay. And then I went down the basement, did what I had to do, came back up, and they were still there. And so I wanted to go to the beach, but I didn't know how to get a beach chair, right? Because I wanted to be on the chair. I wanted to sit on the chair. I saw everyone with the chairs. I didn't know how to get them, right? I thought that they were just being sold on not necessarily the beach itself, but like outside of the beach in the trail. You know what I mean? I don't know how you call that. So I went up to them and I told them, guys, you know where I can buy a chair? You know what I mean? I'm trying to buy a chair. And the guy was like, oh, yeah, you could take my chair. So he got off of the chair and he's like, here you go. And I was like, how much? And he gave, I think it was, he told me 100 real, right? 100 real, which I'm going to tell you guys how much is actually worth, all right? But for my Brazilians that are listening to this, that are watching this right now, you guys are probably mad at me right now. You're probably like, this gringo, this idiot, right? Idiota, okay? So I gave the guy 100 reals, right? Credit card. And then they wanted to sell me a blanket on top of that. And I was like, I don't really need this, but maybe I want to lay down too. So I got that too. I think that was 50 reals. So that's 150 reals I paid right there, right? And so then after that, they were trying to sell me. So I wanted a Brazilian shirt because I'm in Brazil. I wanted a Brazilian shirt for Vinicius Jr. and they were selling shirts too. So I was like, hey, I want a shirt. So he's like, okay, the shirt is 50 reals. So that wasn't too bad now that I think about it in hindsight. Like 50 reals for a jersey, that's not too bad. But here's the catch. So he took out his machine, right? Because over there, they take out the machines, little card machines. And so that's how you pay, right? So I already paid for the beach chair. I already paid for the towel. The only thing I really had to pay for was the jersey. Basically, he told me 50 reals, right? That's what he told me for the shirt. So what they're supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen, so when they take out the card reading machine, right, to charge you, they're supposed to put it in, they show you the amount, and then you scan your card and you pay it, right? So he put in an amount, but he wasn't telling me how much it was. And I thought that was suspicious because I'm used to people showing me the amount. So I told him, show me the amount. And he was like, oh, no, don't worry about it, brother. Trust me. In Portuguese. I'm like, no. I need to see it. Show me how much you're charging me. And I looked at the other guys, and the other guys were trying to back him up. The other guys were like, no, don't worry about it, brother. We got you. It's only 50 reals. And I told him again, no, I need to see how much you're charging me. So he turned the card reader around a little bit, and then he went like that, right? So it was very quick, very sudden. And I was like, no, I need to actually see the amount. Don't just show it to me for like 1 second and then take it away. That's suspicious. That's strange. So he turned it around again, and he covered a couple of the numbers. So it was just a 5 and a 0, but he covered the rest of it. And I was like, no, show me the full amount. And he was like, nah, brother. He started getting a little bit mad at me, whatever it was. So I was like, all right, there's a lot of them. There was at least 8 of them, only 1 of me. I'm a big dude, but I'm not going to be able to take out 8 dudes. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to trust them, whatever. I haven't been robbed yet over here. Nothing's happened to me yet over here. Nothing suspicious. So I trusted him at that moment. I'm like, whatever. Then we start fighting with this guy. Let's just go through with it. I'm trying to get up out of here. I'm going to the beach, right? And I was a little drunk. I used my Cash App card over here in Brazil because the problem is I have my credit cards, but sometimes I'll use my Cash App cards. Like, because the thing is, the Cash App card doesn't charge international fees compared to a debit card. Like, so if you were to pay it with your debit card over time, you're going to stack up international fees. And I wasn't trying to do that. So what I would do is I would transfer a little bit of money onto my Cash App card, right? So at least like 100 or 200 at a time, USD at a time, to my Cash App card to help me with transactions instead of using my debit card or my credit cards, right? Because I'm not trying to keep using credit cards. I'm not trying to stack up credit card debt. You know what I mean? So I used the Cash App card. So at that moment, I only had 100 USD on my Cash App card. I went to scan it. It wasn't going through. 50 reals, if you do the math, is nowhere near $100, right? If you look at the screen right now, that's how much 50 reals are, right? So 50 reals are worth that much that you see on the screen. Right, it's not 100. It's not more than $100. So I was confused as to why my bank was declining the transactions. If it was 50 reals, which is only that amount, why is my bank declining? Why is it saying that my card's declined? Because I have $100 in there. That's sufficient funds to pay for the jersey. So what's going on here? So I kept asking God, what's going on? So they kept getting different card reading machines. None of it was working. And then finally, after a whole 5-10 minutes of us trying to, work this out, finally it went through. So finally it went through. I got my chair, my blanket, my jersey, and I was on my way to the beach. So I looked through my transactions and I saw they were trying to charge me 800 USD, right? Not 800 reals, 800 USD. One of them was 800. The other one was almost 1,000. Then they tried again to 400, didn't work. They tried again for 300 and didn't work. And then by that point, I think they gave up. They're like, you know what? This isn't working. Let's just try out the amount that we told them that we're going to do, which is 50 reals, which is what went through. Lucky for me, right? So lucky for me that I had that specific amount in that card, right? Because imagine if I would have had 1,000 or maybe more on that card. They would have charged me 1,000 USD. I would have been robbed of $1,000. That goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, that you have to be smart, right? You cannot let people tell you an amount and not show you what it is that they're charging you, right? So that's the first thing, is always ask the person in Brazil, right? Brazil specific, that's the country we're talking about. We're talking about Rio de Janeiro. In Rio de Janeiro, always ask them to show you the amount that they're charging you, right? So when they type it in, tell them, hey, show me. And usually they do show you. So if they don't show you, that's suspicious right there, right? Ask them why they're not showing you, right? So don't be afraid to question them as to why they're not showing you the amount that they're putting in to the card reader machine. The second mistake, ladies and gentlemen, is telling people that you're American, especially those type of people. Tell them that you're American, one, that you're drunk, two, and that if you can buy something that they're technically not even selling, right? So they weren't selling the chair and they weren't selling the blanket. It was stuff that they had with them that they were like, oh, you know what? We're trying to make a quick buck out of this guy. Let's just sell this to him, whatever. And they're trying to rip me off, trying to charge me all this money for these three things, right? For the jersey, they try to charge me almost 1,000 USD, right? And if I would have kept my mouth shut and act like a local and not engage with them and not tell them that I'm drunk, this would have never happened. I would have never been put in this situation. So I can't really blame them. I got to blame me. So this was an experience that was almost very bad. It could have gone very, very bad if they could have robbed me for all that money. But lucky for me, as I said, that I only had 100 USD in that card at that very moment, because it would have been more than that. This would have been a whole different story right now. You know what I mean? I would have been crying right now. All right. So hopefully you guys learn from my lesson. You learn from my mistake. And again, Rio is not a bad place. It's a fantastic place that every traveler should go to at least once in their life. But do not make that same mistake that I made, especially in Copacabana Beach. All right. Always ask them to show you the amount. Act as a local. Don't tell them that you're American. Don't tell them that you're drunk like that. Right. Unless it's the senoritas. Now I'm messing with you. All right. And that's that. Okay. And you won't experience what I just experienced. Okay. So anyways, guys, that is the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back for more. Peace out. Ciao. Obrigado.